Hi everyone! Hello, welcome to the F.A.K.E virtual pop-up episode 24. 24 already, it's crazy. Sorry, it's been 2 weeks. We didn't have the virtual pop-up. It's a little crazy, but because we have a huge surprise for you, I will let you know next week. So get ready. Check us on Instagram, all social media. You will see we have a huge surprise for you. And so today we have two amazing human beings. So we're gonna travel all around the world. I'm in LA right now, but we're gonna go to UK and then in France to talk about veganism, fashion, everything we love here. So let's start right away with Samantha, the founder of Vegan Hand Knit. It's hard
Hi,
to pronounce.
good evening.
How are you?
I'm absolutely fine. Thank you very much for having me this, evening, my time, morning,
Oh yeah.
your time, but I'm very grateful to be here.
Yeah, where are you based exactly?
I am based in a small town called Cramlington, which is right in the north of England. I'm about 15 miles north of Newcastle upon Tyne. So I am amongst the most northerly bit of England that you can find.
Beautiful. So we're gonna talk about your brand. I love what you say on your first page. It say hand knitted plant-based vegan accessories. No, please don't run away.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know a lot of people, especially, I mean, it's a bit of a standing joke, isn't it, when people start talking about veganism, and it's like, yeah, well, you've got to, essentially just go on and on and on and on about it. But to me, it's not just about the fact that it's a vegan product, it's the fact that it's plant-based and it's sustainable. We do not use any virgin use petrochemicals in any of our products. In fact, we are in the process of phasing that out. So we would be happy to say by January the 1st next year, we'll be entirely 100% plant-based. So none of the fake recycled polyester pom-poms. Once we get rid of that product line, that's it, gone completely. We will be 100% plant-based. The reason why the business came into existence is because I tried to find a hat for a friend and I failed miserably. She wanted a vegan hat. Every single hat that I found online was aimed at vegans. Basically said it was acrylic. Acrylic is one of the worst petrochemical yarns that you can have because it is incredibly hard to recycle. So I thought, right then, I can't find a hat, I will make one. That was problem number 2, because I then couldn't find the appropriate yarn to do it. A lot of vegan yarns, very fine, quite expensive as well. And I thought, I'm getting nowhere fast here. I found a fabulous company in Norway called Drops that do a 100% cotton yarn. That is Okkiotex 100 standard, which means it's manufactured with minimal environmental impact. So I got some of that, but then came problem number 3, because it's quite fine. And as you can see from that, it's quite a fine yarn. So what I do is I put 6 strands together and I knit from that.
So you
And
have
there
6
is this
different.
fabulous chunky knitwear that I produce. So I've got lots and lots of examples here. This is 100% recycled denim, and it's got a little.
Oh, it's freezing. So it's freezing, but we can see actually. I think is this one, and it's everything
Every
handmade.
single product you have from us, with the label on, and it comes with the little button on as well with a V. So that is basically what we do. And as you can see there, we've got some absolutely fabulous hats and scarves. We've got mittens coming very soon as well. And we've also planning a range for over the summer months as well. We're going to start diversifying into cushion covers, bags, pencil cases, brush cases. So it's not just all about the thick, big, chunky, warm knitwear that I do, but that is, I'm just so proud of what I do myself. I mean, I am really, really enthusiastic, and the reaction I get from people when they see it, and more importantly, when they feel it, and they feel how heavy and how warm it is as well. And I'm delighted to be here today because half an hour ago we launched our first ever Black Friday week sale. So unfortunately it excludes two ranges, the rainbow LGBTQ hat range, a scarf range, and also the football hat range. But every other product's on there. Hats have got £10 off, scarves have got £10 off. So, you know, you can take advantage of these bargains. And also, as a little freebie, a little exclusive, I have made a hat that will not go on sale. This colourway will never ever go on sale. The reason why is because it's our corporate colours, the green and the yellow. So me and my partner Leslie, who is basically my little IT elf in the background, making sure everything works while I do all the knitting. We wear these when we go out and sell the products at vegan markets. But as a exclusive to you guys, if we'll get this up on the social straight afterwards, if you could like Vegan Hand Knit on Instagram or Facebook, if you could like F.A.K.E Fashion on Instagram or Facebook, and also tag a friend in the post, that is very important, you will then enter a draw to win this hat, which is £40 UK pounds value, and I am more than happy to ship it anywhere in the world for you. And as you can see there on the bottom, it's got our veganhandknit.com, and it says plant-based, sustainable, and you've got the badge on there as well. So that's my freebie for you guys.
That's beautiful. And I wanted actually to show this photo in particular, and I'm trying to zoom so people can see.
Yeah, that's label, and that goes on absolutely everything. And you can also see there the quality of the knitwork. You can see, you know, the chunkiness of it as well. I mean, we do want to retain the handmade charm. Everything is made by needles, not on machines. I mean, I've got here to hand needles, crochet hook, everything is made by hand. I don't do anything on the machine. And that is also part of the sustainability part of it as well. The fact that it's, you know, minimal environmental impact, how this thing's made. So it's a balancing act. It looks professional, it looks fashionable, it looks funky, it looks cool, but it's sustainable, it's ethical, it's environmentally friendly, it's plant-based, it's vegan.
And it's pretty affordable, because I feel like something like that will take me like 3 days to make it my own.
I've been knitting since I was a child. I can knit. I'm not world-class knitter standard. I know there's records in the Guinness Book of Records of people knocking out a jumper in 2 hours. I'm not that fast. But once I get going on a day, I can make a fair few items. But every single item is handmade with love. Every single item is finished to a very, very high standard. And, you know, I'm just bursting with pride about what I make, and I just want to share it with the world.
Nice. We're actually thinking of doing a F.A.K.E school, you know, like F.A.K.E class, where we can teach different things around fashion and veganism. So maybe that will be one of the classes we can have.
Absolutely. I could do a knit along session. I could certainly teach people the, you know, the basics of knitting. I mean, it's not some magical dark art, you know, it's not my precious. But I am more than happy to teach people the skills, and they can go off and make things themselves. But if you don't feel that way inclined, you can always purchase my product.
Yeah, I feel it's like music. You know, I play piano, for example, and once you understand and you know how to play, you know how to appreciate other person playing. So I feel like if we learn that and we realize how complicated it is, we will actually appreciate more what you do.
Absolutely, and I am more than happy. You know, if you wanted to set up F.A.K.E school, I'll be more than delighted to teach people how to make a scarf and how to make a hat.
Thank you. So yeah, everybody, go check it out. It's here, I think. Vegan Hand Knit I hope my pronunciation is good. Also, if you want custom, personalized, if there's a color you like, feel free to reach out to her.
Exactly. Just email me. I am more than happy to make any hat, scarf, pair of mittens, headbands to your, to your specific colorways. And this hat, check your socials just after the show's finished, and there will be an opportunity to win this hat, which I will post anywhere in the world.
Yes, I will repost it on F.A.K.E as well to show to people.
Super.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. It was a pleasure to have you.
Absolute pleasure, and been lovely talking to you, Jonathan. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Okay, now we are going to move to France to meet Elena Frangeul Baron. She's the founder of Vegan the World Consulting. So if you have a brand and you want to expand internationally, she's the person you need to contact. So let me add her right now. We are going pretty fast today. I'm everybody pretty fast. I'm trying to make it fast, actually. How are you?
Hi, yeah, I'm great. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, you are in Nantes now, in France?
Yeah, West Coast of France.
Okay. It's what? It's 9 p.m. over there almost?
Yeah, it's almost 9 p.m. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice to meet
So,
you.
so yes, so we're gonna talk about what you do. First, I would love to know about your vegan journey and how you came to create vegan the world. Uh, so yeah, like that, we keep a little suspense to talk about what is it exactly, and
Yeah.
I would love to know a little more about you. So how you became vegan?
So in order to know how I became vegan, first I became vegetarian. So when I was at a really young age, when I was 7, I just told my parents I didn't want to eat animals anymore, and I didn't know anyone else around me who was vegetarian. No friend, no family. I think I just made the connection between what was on my plate and the animals that I loved, because at that age I wanted to be a farmer, but because to me being a farmer meant having lots of animals and not actually exploiting them for
Yeah.
food or whatever. So I just stopped eating meat. And it's only many years later, 6 years ago, I met someone who told me about what happened in the dairy industry, in the egg industry, and at first I kind of had a denial. I just couldn't believe it, because what we're told and what actually happened, and our beliefs of the idea of seeing the cows free. And we have no idea what happened actually behind, and once I realized that, I became vegan straight away. So yeah, it was very much for the animals that I became vegetarian and then vegan. And when I became vegan, actually it was a time where I started more to try and tell people about my reasons for going vegetarian than going vegan, and talk more about the environment, the animals, and about reasons to make that change. Because before that, I was respecting everyone's choice, and I wasn't trying to convey the message so much. So then I, started work in different
Were you
industry in the
working?
food.
Were you
Sorry.
working already in this industry? I don't know exactly how to say that, but helping brands to go internationally. Like, would
Yeah.
you already working in that?
So I studied international trade, international business, and marketing, and I worked in that field. I worked to help promote brands abroad, so managing distributors. So I worked, for example, for a brand in the UK, cosmetics brand, and I was managing the distributors around the world, talking about the messages to promote the brand, working with all the distributors in the different countries, meeting with their customers as well to promote the brand. So and then also doing some direct selling, selling directly to the end consumer. So yeah, I've always worked in that field. I done some consulting jobs before as well. and then slowly I decided to run my own consulting, very much focused on the vegan movement, on
Mm.
to give vegan brands the opportunity to grow by going international.
Yeah, and actually, it's Astrid, the founder of Upswing, a beautiful brand. If you guys want to check it out, Upswing, it's vegan and ethical shoes for babies and kids. And she's the one who put her in contact. And when she talked to me about you, I'm going to be 100% honest right now. I was thinking, wait, F.A.K.E, we promote vegan, ethical fashion, and the more you stay locally, the more ethical you are. And going international maybe is not that ethical. And you actually changed my mind. We stayed on the phone for like 30 minutes or even a little
Yeah,
more. I don't really remember, but I realized that actually I was thinking the wrong way because by expanding you spread the message more. And maybe because I live in LA and it's super easy to be vegan here, but there's so many countries where they don't have that many options, and thanks to you, you expand this this is a form of activism as well.
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that's something I thought about before, and actually I had people telling me, okay, when you're vegan, most of the time, you try to be ethical. That means you consume local. But the way to think about it, and my reasons to actually keep doing this and keep helping companies to go international, is that actually people who are not vegan, people who consume meat or leather goods,
Mm,
most of the time, sometimes the chicken that they consume in France comes from Brazil, the beef comes from Argentina, from the
exactly.
US. It can also come from all over the world. So and it's also, like you said, a way of making it accessible, and that's one of the message of vegan the world is our slogan is making vegan products and services available worldwide, so available and affordable, because
Mm,
if you want people to make that change in their life, you need to make it easy for them. So they need to have enough vegan offers, enough vegan products, enough vegan services, everything vegan, so that they can easily make the change. Because the reasons why people don't make the change is because of habit. We've
mm,
always eaten meat. Why should I change? Because it's easier to stay to keep your the way of living that you had. It's also because of the price. Sometimes, people say, "Oh, being vegan is too expensive," or so. Yeah, it's just the culture, the habits. They just go for what's easy. So by um, enlarging the options everywhere in the world, by making it affordable, actually, it's a way of trying to convince people to try it, even if just try a vegan product. If it's
mm.
not available in their supermarket, they're not going to try it. So yeah, that's what's really the idea. It's a, yeah, like you say, it's a way, it's a form of activism. It's
Right.
helping the small businesses to grow by going international, because they also need to compete with bigger businesses, with multinationals. I mean, at the time, like many years ago, maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even depending on the country, the vegan market was still niche. But right now, you can see all the multinationals are jumping on the trend. You have Nestle, you have all the big brands. So if you
Sure.
want to compete with them, you need to grow, and selling abroad is really a way of growing your brand.
Mm. Yeah, and I
Mm.
feel transparency will be the key as well to compete against that.
Yeah, yeah,
That
definitely.
they cannot do. They cannot be transparent the same way as a small business you can. So you should play on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And so do you think there is like places that is better to start? Like let's say now I'm in LA and I want to expand my brand. Is there cities that are better than others? Like
Yeah. So yeah, the all the English-speaking countries are quite developed when it comes to veganism. So the US, North America, the US, Canada, Europe, the UK is really in Europe. The UK and Germany are both like the leading
oh, yeah?
countries when it comes. Yeah, when it comes to veganism, when it comes to new product launch of vegan products, when it comes to food offer, whether it's restaurant, you have many new startups as well in these two countries, whether it's in the food industry, in the cosmetics industry, in the fashion industry. But in Asia as well, like in Asia Pacific, in Taiwan,
I heard
in
Israel as well
Thailand.
is like the
Sorry?
city. Israel is like the place
Yeah,
for vegan.
exactly. Israel is also a place where veganism, it was one of the first country that really it really developed, and you have many vegans, vegetarians there. Then it really depends what you're selling. So if you're selling food, for example, in India, you already have a really large vegetarian population, but also
Yes.
vegan. In Thailand as well. Um, and then in Latin America. But then it's also depending on your marketing, because depending on the country, people will become vegan for different reasons. Like in Israel, like you said earlier, it's mainly for ethical reasons, so mainly for the animals. But in Latin America, it's mainly for health reasons, to stay healthy, to take care of your health. Um, in Asia Pacific as well, with the Green Monday, it's also quite a lot about your health, and with China recommending to reduce meat consumption for health. So in order to know where to start, which country to start with, you really need to look at your brand, your positioning, whether you want to change your positioning as well, change your marketing to adapt to the country, or whether you want to find a country where you don't have much change,
Mm.
and then really
Yes.
do the market research to understand the country where you want to go.
Yeah, it's more complex than it looked like. So if a brand is listening right now to us, what would you tell them? Like, what would be the first step, even before they contact you? Because then, like you just said, there's so many different. It depends of the product you sell. It depends of the ethic behind. If it's for the animal, for the environment, for the health. It depends of many things. But what will be the first step before they even contact you?
So before they even contact me, it's just looking at their export capacity. So looking at their production. So if they sell vegan footwear, for example, looking at how much they can produce, how much they can upscale their production. Because, for example, if it's a handmade product, like Samantha that we just talked to, if she wanted to develop abroad, maybe she won't start with a massive country until she really has the labor to actually be able to manufacture all that. So first step, which is something that is done mainly internally within the business, is looking at how to expand their production capacity so that they can supply the product in large enough quantities. Because if she wanted to sell, for example, in the US, it's such a massive market that before she launch there, she needs to be able to supply, because there's nothing worse than launching a product and then being out of stock straight away, because it can be quite frustrating for the consumers. So that's really the first step before they even contact me. I mean, that's something I can help with, but to give you an idea of how much they could sell in that country, so that they can see if it matches their production capacity. But yeah, that's really the first step.
So I have a question because
Yeah.
I have a friend. I saw her yesterday. She's doing a brie, so it's like vegan cheese, like
Yeah,
the traditional
lovely.
camembert, And
Yeah.
and I was amazed. She's doing it all alone. And if let's say you were there and you have 2 minutes to convince her to go internationally, what would you tell her? Like, how would you convince her?
Yeah. Well, first, cheese is really one of the probably the food that people, when they go vegan, they miss the most. Like, I've challenged friends, family who are not vegetarian or vegan, who just are omnivores, they eat everything, to go vegan for a week, and what they really miss is cheese. So first, yeah, you can attract it has a massive potential, especially this type of cheese like brie camembert, which is soft inside. It's not like cheddar. It's more difficult to make, and it's more difficult to have a good vegan cheese like this type of cheese. So yeah, if she has a cheese that can mimic the brie, she can really expand everywhere. It's a way of reducing your risk, because if you only sell in your domestic market, let's say tomorrow there is another brie company from a very famous cheese brand who launches. Let's say it's half the price of hers, because they are so big already, they can offer
Yeah.
it for half the price. Then she ends up with no customers, or it can really affect her business, her turnover. So if she was present in even 5, 10 countries, uh, the impact would be wouldn't be as bad. So it's a way of reducing the risk. It's a way of selling more so that you can take advantage of economies of scale and actually reduce your price a bit, being maybe more competitive with standard cheese.
So this is a time, if there's any brand listening right now we talk about cheese, but fashion, all the different vegan products, they are the same. Like, it's the time right now to go and invest, because it's working. Like, I don't know any vegan brand that went more wild, more internationally, that
Yeah,
failed. Like, they all succeed. So I feel like it's the time, and let's push it all together. And yeah, but with F.A.K.E we try to do it with fashion. But if you do like food or anything, you can contact Elena. I actually talked to you, and I asked you a few advice with my brand, and you just like share knowledge like that, and I felt that we can really feel the passion behind, and your goal is really, like, as an activist, to spread the word and bring awareness, and that's really beautiful. I'm very happy to have you here today.
yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really want to help small and medium businesses to grow international, because I think it's one of the best ways to be able to compete with bigger businesses. I mean, we've seen lots of small brands who got bought by bigger groups, or bigger groups launch a similar vegan product. So it's really the time, because the vegan market is getting more and more attractive for everyone.
Mm,
Uh, and you really want, I mean, I know vegans, I know ethical persons prefer to buy from ethical brands. So if they can find your brand, they'd much rather buy your brand rather than uh,
mm.
a vegan alternative from a multinational. So
Of
yeah,
course.
it's good to have, and there is still so much room for vegan brands in
Mm,
all sectors, whether it's fashion, food, cosmetics. Yeah, we need more brands like Upswing that you mentioned earlier, who sells vegan shoes for kids.
mm,
It's really great, because I've seen that it's really a need in the market. You don't have so many vegan products targeting kids, even if it's like vegan baby food or vegan snacks for kids. Yeah, fashion, clothes, shoes. There is room to grow so much, and to sell so much more, and have a much wider range, so that flexitarians and omnivores and everyone can try a vegan product.
mm. And it's there, and it's accessible, and even if you don't believe that you're ready, just contact Elena, talk to her. She will find a
Yeah,
way to convince you. And let me show you really quick your website to show how easy it is. Like, that's the first thing you see on the website. You just click here, and you can uh, inquire and have like a phone call with you,
yeah,
and yeah, market research, international strategy, selling partnerships, like all this. You're gonna help them with all of these. And
yeah.
yeah, I invite everyone to go check it out. If you are a brand, if you know a brand and you want to help them to get bigger, because yeah, we need to
Yeah.
help the vegan community and help all of us to grow and to spread the word, because it's important. It's not just about business. We talk a lot about business, but it's about saving our planet and saving all the
Mhm.
animals and changing the world. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we push a lot. And
Mhm.
yeah, so thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
no worries. You're very welcome. And yeah, the first, contact me, because the first consultation is free anyway. So there's no, it's free of charge. You don't have to keep working with me. If you know, we can just talk, see what we can do to help you, suggest ways of growing your business, and then if you like it, we can work together. If not, or if you want to do it internally, then at least we've given you some advice and maybe some ideas to think about. So yeah, it would be our pleasure to talk to you.
perfect. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you. And
Yeah, thank you.
and yeah, we will see. I'm not sure if we have the virtual pop-up next week, because we have this huge surprise that I talked to you about. And yeah, stay connected. Go check Vegan the World Consulting on Instagram and follow F.A.K.E Movement, because we have this huge surprise next week. So thank you so much. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Have a great day, everyone.